The former BART police officer who shot and killed an unarmed man on past New Year's Eve is behind bars this morning, charged with homicide.
Vandals smashed windows and lit fires after a peaceful protest turned violent. More than 100 people were arrested.
In the early morning hours of New Year's Day 2009, Oakland BART officer Johannes Mezerly shot and fatally killed a 22-year-old black man named Oscar Grant. Officer Johannes Mezerly and another officer were restraining Grant, who was handcuffed, yet allegedly resisting arrest. Officer Mezerly stood, drew his gun, and shot Grant once in the back. During his court testimony, Mezerly said that Grant then exclaimed, "You shot me." Grant was pronounced dead the next morning at Highland Hospital in Oakland.
Fears of more rioting in Oakland over the BART police shooting prompts a major Bay Area business group to issue this warning.
The only place in Oakland that'll be peaceful is in the hood and in the ghetto where we live at.
A small group of vandals launching tear gas after they shattered windows and bus shelters.
Folks here fear a repeat of the...
Since the death of Oscar Grant, the same clips of brutality seem to repeatedly appear on our televisions. With more people becoming enraged and taking their feelings to extreme measures, we cannot help but wonder whether these reactions would take place in the absence of media. While many believe the fault lies within the police force,
you're agitating them. Get on this side. You're threatening to cut people's throats. Are you with the police? Are you a police agitator?
And others say otherwise, we decided to go talk to a police officer to find out the real deal.
Oakland's always been a tough city to work. I can tell you we had many instances where someone was shot accidentally and no one ever heard about it. Every time you do something, you'll see that first thing you see is these cameras. I'm going to film you on camera. I'm filming you. Not that it really makes a difference, but it gets to a point where it gets like urgent. You start getting in your face with the camera. I could tell you that if it wasn't of the media, we would not be in the position we are now. Well, I don't think they want to really blow things out of proportion. A lot of times the media want to get their first hand. And sometimes getting their first hand, you're not getting all the accurate information. I mean, when you show the incident over and over, and just gets people more angered and angered over the whole incident. It's just a mistake that the officer made. Like I said, it's happened many times before. Media never caught wind of it. Nothing ever happened. We never heard of it. We're aware of it in the law enforcement community because it happened. And we're not like trying to hide it. It's just it's an error made by the officer. I mean, you have to release information to the people. And holding it up, it just builds up, and the media gets more, hey, what's going on? It just gets this big old hype.
So who is really instigating civil disobedience? The police seem to say the mainstream media escalated the situation, and I'm starting to feel this way too. We wanted to find a place where we could interview both Grant supporters and Mezerly supporters on their opinions of the media. So we headed to Walnut Creek for a rally in support of Officer Johannes Mezerly.
Marched down this road, Ignacio Valley Road, towards BART, flanked by a group of police officers. We don't know what their intention is.
The mainstream media ain't Channel 2, 4, 6, and none of them gonna do it, so somebody got to. Half of this you see from the mainstream media is gonna be edited out. What they just showed 10 minutes ago while they did their little march up the street and got in formation, that will be shown.
And while a Contra Costa Sheriff's SWAT team stood by,
You feel me?
I didn't really see a neutral stance on anything in terms of what they were covering.
I don't think Fox News is very fair in their news reporting at all. I think they're very skewed.
The media only cares about viewer dollars and who's going to pay my next bill. And so the media is on the money train. And the money train isn't the train that we are on. We are the citizens of America. And we're the ones that are angry. And you know what? And here's, I don't honestly approve. So you want me to sing you an Episcopalian hymn now?
Yeah.
All glory, Lord, and honor.
After arriving, we started noticing a large number of the protesters had no real stance or coherent opinions on the subject of the BART shootings or the media's involvement in the case.
Kill the killer, Mezerly! Throw away the key!
I often think the media is slanted a little more towards the liberal side.
The media likes to flip into things the way they want to, and I don't want to be a part of that.
But they're not editing or giving a fair balance as to what people are saying. So when I have signs over there saying that everybody here is in Walnut Creek is like Ku Klux Klan, we have chiefs that were hateful, it's not true, and I don't like being painted with that brush.
I feel sympathy for the Messerly family.
I feel the media is good in certain parts and it's bad in other parts. You know?
I'm trying to add some balance to the coverage of the media. A camera and a microphone in their face every day. I feel sympathy for the Messerly family because they lost a member of their family the same day with the same event, and they're trying to grieve in peace and in private. And I believe what I believe, and I got out from left my desk. So I'm mostly critical of TV channels. I hope they're here. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. All of those people on those channels, all they do is show Messerly trial, Oscar Grant, all the time. They keep interviewing these people while they're trying to grieve, and it's so one-sided.
After hearing opposing sides of the conflict agree on the media's hidden agenda to destroy the truth and cause mayhem, I had to stop and reevaluate the situation. In fact, let me diagram it for you. I started by interviewing Oscar Grant supporters that, although rightfully angry in their protest regarding police brutality, blame both the police and the mainstream media for instigating riots. We then took it upon ourselves to talk to the police, who in turn passed the blame to the media. Next, we interviewed the Messerly supporters, who blamed the Grant supporters for being anarchists, and surprise, surprise, blamed the so-called leftist media for their agenda to blow the situation out of proportion. So where does that leave us? The media, who unfortunately has clauses in every employee's contract that doesn't let them speak about their news coverage of issues. After seeing the issue from all angles, we can only come to the conclusion that the news media exacerbated the rioting and protesting of the BART shooting. We've come to realize that the media serves as much as a source of entertainment as it does information. We can point fingers and say the media doesn't serve our particular interests. Nevertheless, we must remember, the media serves the interests of the average American in this modern day and age. Being subservient to the media and its rhetoric only serves to disempower yourself from the truth. And that is bad news.
Them to assist Oakland police in the event of more violent demonstrations. They want this plan to be implemented, this mutual aid.